Happy Saturday. We're back doing another personal mixtape. I'm really trying to rebrand this playlist thing into mixtapes for real. Doing a personal mixtape for my guy Don Allman. So I got like these are gonna get probably way more personal the farther down this rabbit hole I go. Um, and it probably I don't do admissions as far as like I never really tell the stories behind the story because it's just not fair. Um, because the beautiful thing about the 80s and the 90s is that there is no evidence. But uh, I got five good guy best friends. Uh, and the irony is, only two of them have ever been in the same room with each other, which is crazy. Um, and normally, though Don asked for his, so that's why I'm doing this mixtape. But normally, I like people ask me to do a mixtape, and I do one. But I've been putting together some mixtapes for my other four guy best friends. And to other people who are important to me that I felt like I needed to do. So there might be. What I'm probably gonna do is like maybe a surprise. Like I'll do one that people that knew they're on the list on the pinned comment on my Facebook page, and then there'll be maybe a surprise. I guess have to say when there's surprises. I'm probably gonna do one of the surprise ones today, just to see how they're received. I always get weirded out when I put together a playlist for somebody or a mixtape because you never know what people are gonna think or whatever. But so Don's been, I guess I could say that all five of my guys' best friends are like brothers to me. Like we've all shared really personal moments. All of them have been there for me when I've been in some sort of trouble, one way or the other. When I've been really down or whatnot. Don has been around and been a real help to me personally and to my family when we've had tough times, when we've had deaths in the family and stuff like that. He was there, and that's incalculable to me. Like I can't ask for a better friend, almost brother figure than him. I think I've known Don since like the sixth grade, and the interesting thing about him is that I've seen him in a lot of different situations, and he hasn't really changed. Like he's still been the core of who he is. Has always remained the same. He's loyal. He's honest. Sometimes to a fault. He will tell you when these pants make your ass look big. He will not let you go outside and mismatch or make you look like a sunflower. He won't do that to you. The other people who are close to me to have. Sad face. But so I put together. Someone knows the sunflower story. That's all I can say. But I've I put together this mixtape for Dom, and I'm gonna go over a couple of the songs, as I always do, because the songs are important, and we're gonna go over them. So the interesting thing about Don's list is that I've tried to do the thing I always do with these lists, is to try to open not just the person that I made these for, but try to open up people who will listen to them and go, oh, I never thought about that. I am going to change one of these songs in this list though, maybe. So that when I put the whole list out, it won't be the list I have currently. But I'm going to start out with No Diggity by Blackstreet. I'm going to talk about that for a second. So what I always thought was cool about the resurgence of that song is honestly it's pitch perfect. I go back to that scene a lot in that film and how that those set of films kind of revived a lot of songs that people had thought about. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had completely forgot about the rap intro to that song until I watched the film. But it's because radio stations for the longest time won't play the rap part. They just lead right into the song. And you're like, oh, that's awesome. And you forget that it has a whole different intro, which changes the tenor of the song in a lot of ways. But I mean, it's one of the greatest songs in the 90s. It's awesome. Sanitarium is on here. I could have easily, and I actually, there's another song that's on someone else's playlist that actually is in the same vein of Sanitarium, and as a hint, the two playlists kind of work together, but that one's a little farther down the road. Uh, um, Sanitarium's on Master of Puppets. There's always been an argument on which Metallica album was better. Was it Master of Puppets or Ride the Lightning? I'm still not sure how I feel on that debate. What I do know is that Saint Anger is not in that discussion. Load or Reload, not in that discussion. So I was happy to put at least one Metallica song somewhere on somebody's album or somebody's mixtape. Probably there's always one or two songs on everybody's mixtape that I put in as kind of surprises, where it's like where I think they talk about other parts of people's personality or other things that I've seen that I've admired, whether it's people's relationships or how they deal with adversity. And some of those songs are on here too. I said there's one song I am actually going to change on here because I want to do. There's a song that's on this list currently that I want to put on somebody else's list, so we're going to do that. The one song I will talk about as an aside that's on this list, and I think it's a song that's kind of endemic about who Don is kind of as a person. It's a song probably no one would ever expect to think about him in this situation, or especially people that know him and go, wait a minute, really that song? It's Rap Devil by Machine Gun Kelly. And the reason I put that in there is because even though Don is super quiet and really introverted and one of the reasons we have a lot in common is that we overthink a lot. We tend to debate and we look at the world in very similar ways. But one of the things I've always liked about Don and why I wanted to put that song on this mixtape is that much like the audacity people would say Machine Gun Kelly had at coming at Eminem, Don has that same audacity when it comes to ideas or things he really believes in. Like he's just, I'm gonna come out front and say it, and we can talk about it, we can go about it, and he's not afraid to get in the intellectual ring about something. I think more people should do that. I think that's one of the failings of the age that we live in. Some people even say that the Joe Rogan controversy is an easy example of the idea that people are saying that X idea is bad or Joe spreading misinformation. And the thing I like about Don is, in that context, is you can give him any idea or anything that is going on that's out there like a topic, and he's intellectually curious enough to start out with his own point of view, and then try to figure out what the other person's saying, like what the other point of view is, and learn enough about it to figure out if he's comfortable with it, and at least make the attempt to figure out where the other person's coming from. He still might not agree at the end, but he's at least going to give the idea a once over. And I think that's where we're at. One of the big interesting things about whether it's Joe Rogan or the internet in general or podcasting, it's not that anybody's putting out bad ideas. It's that we're not spending enough time having debates about ideas or challenging them. We're just censoring them. We're just like, oh, these ideas are counterintuitive or whatever's going on, and we're just going to get rid of them. Instead of putting the idea in the intellectual ring and defeating it. You know, because I don't do a whole bunch, and there are other people who can attest to this. If you want to talk to me about I will talk to you about anything. Well, just about anything. What the conversation I try not to have with people is anything to do with the vaccine or COVID. Because I only believe in 25 things. Period. That's it. The 25 things I actually believe in. Everything else to me that's going on in the world is an idea. Some of these ideas are good. Some of these ideas are bad. But there's probably only 25 things I'm willing to actually believe in. Because beliefs you'll kill over. I quote Dogma all the time because it's one of the best things Kevin Smith ever wrote, but it's true. There are things that people believe in. If you believe in something, you're willing to kill over it. If you've got an idea, you're willing to let that go. You're not married to an idea. You know, you're not going to take a bullet for an idea. You know, there's 50 people I know, 100 people I know that I care enough about to take a bullet for. And these are 100 people I'm not even related to that I take a bullet for. Most of the ideas around the world that are running around rampant in the world or points of view that people have, I wouldn't take a bullet for that. I'd take a bullet for Don. I'd take a bullet for most of his family because they're good people. Don's a good person. And, you know, he's my boy. So that's this mixtape. These probably will get more personal as they go along. I am going to put out a surprise mixtape today, and I might put out another mixtape that people had known that I was doing. It depends on how long this editing process is going to go for each video. So let's get to it. Peace now, Grease. Thanks.